welcome to another episode of your technologically adept foods teacher, coming back to you with my pasta dough. So I've added just a little bit of flour, 00 flour on top. You want to have a pretty stiff dough, so you put a fingerprint into your dough here and it should keep its form. So all my students in the class have made their own doughs, they're resting. So whether a dough has yeast in it or not, it needs a period of time to rest. So basically now I'm gonna use my pasta iron. So I'm gonna get you to show the pasta roller. Take a look. You guys, oh my God, I have so much fun with you guys. Okay, so depending on what pasta roller you have, you're gonna notice that it's essentially two little rolling pins, one right here and one right here. At first, you want to start with the rolling pins the furthest distance apart as possible. So in some pasta machines, it's a level 1, and some of them it's a 9, and then they count backwards to smaller and smaller and smaller. I do not recommend that you go to the lowest level of thinness, because it's so thin that it tends to break. It kind of depends on what you're doing, but going down to like a number 3 or a number 4 on your dial. So like in the video, where's my, Maddie? You mean yes, Miss K? Don't say what. I hate that. I just hate it when kids do that in general. Okay, I'm gonna use this counter scraper. So a counter scraper is a nice tool so that you're working with a small piece of pasta at a time. I made more because I just want to show my kids some different ways to shape it. Now, each of you have a handle, like so. You can roll your pasta on the counter, but because it's high gluten and high strength, I would love to see you do it, because you need to have like very strong rolling arms to get it really, really nice and thin, because it wants to snap back on you because it's such a strong dough. Okay, you totally can roll it out on the counter. You can make things like raviolis, you can make farfalle, which are like bow ties. Now, basically on here, you have a little insert. You pop your handle in, and then don't feed your finger into a pasta machine, which sounds ridiculous. I actually might need a little helper. Who doesn't mind helping? Come on, guys, what's the issue? Come on. They're kinda, what's going on? My pass. Gans is kind of helping me. Well, why is this one not working that well? Why are these are not even turning? This is a brand new pasta machine. Okay, here, maybe it's just this machine. Nice. Glad that I'm gonna have so much fun getting this out. Okay. I just assumed it would work because it's new, but never assume obvious things. So with this one, only one wheel. So Mr. What's his name? The chef who used the nice electric one, that one's looking pretty good at this point. In the master class video. Yeah. Well, you can dry your pasta on like a hanger. If you have long pasta, if you use like a clothing hanger that you sanitize, you can just dry your pasta out completely and it will harden within like 30 minutes. Nice. I'm gonna use a different machine now. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put down the tension and then see if that helps. Nope. Did not help. Grab the pasta. There we go. Woo. I got it through by putting it on like a slightly bigger, like putting the pins slightly closer together. Now, the first couple times when you put your pasta through, you'll be like, what's going on? That's okay. Just do it, fold it together and do it again.
This is what we do after we let it rest, right?
Yeah. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now both pins are rolling, that's nice. I'm glad they showed up now. Okay, so you see it came out better the second time, but it still's got a hole in it. So I'm gonna roll it over itself again like this, pop it back through. Now you don't want it to go right to the very end and become too wide. Okay, so you might have to feed it through a couple times. And then the thinner that you feed it, there we go. Thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna go one step thinner. So I'm on number 6 right now. So as we go from 1 to 6, the pins go closer and closer together, which makes the pasta thinner and thinner. So I've got it together like this. She should be a lot longer than that. We'll call this pasta Suzanne. Suzanne, make us a beautiful dinner. Okay. No, like I said, if you're gonna make a long pasta, you can totally dry them out on a hanger. But if I've actually taken a cooking class where you actually want to kind of do this, where you make like giant ravioli with lobster inside. Girls, I can hear you talking.
Are cooking classes worth it?
Huh?
Are cooking classes worth it?
Or cooking class is worth it. It depends on which one. I took one with Chef Doreen Cree, and she was on, I don't know, she was on one of those cooking shows. Yeah, it was really fun. And the cooking classes actually at NAIT, the continuing education classes, are excellent. They are really expensive, but I find them to be well worth the money that you pay to take them. I'm gonna actually trim this up a bit. All right, so she's getting a little thinner. At first, if she doesn't want to go in, you just gotta feed her and kind of push her between the rolling pins just to get a start. I've got my water behind me. Okay, beautiful. Now you don't really want to let it sit on top of itself, so because as you can see, it's getting longer and longer and thinner, and you kind of want to be able to see through. Now, if I was going to do something like ravioli with this, I might want to, like, I don't think I'm going to go thinner than that for now. Maybe I'll try. Let's see what their level 9 is like. Please, Lord, don't let this screw my whole pasta up, because then I'm going to have to redo this video and my students will not want to listen to it again. Okay, Marky Mark, help me out. Pull this through. I'll hold the end. My handle fell off. No! Okay, through we go. Oh, okay, so the 9 on this one isn't too bad. I've had other ones where the 9 was so thin, it ruined the pasta. So this is actually this is much better in terms of gauging of the size. So at the end, half of my pasta makes quite a bit. It's about this long. All right, you can see my hand through the pasta, which is a good indicator. Not any holes or anything. Now there's a whole bunch of different shapings that you could do with this. So first of all, one that I let my own children at home do, I'll take a little piece of pasta like this. It's a tiny square. You know, I might trim it up to a nice little square or rectangles. And then I just kind of pinch them to make like a little farfalle. Farfalles are like bow tie pastas like this. Cute, hey? Bow tie pasta? I know. Pasta. We are making pasta. And then sometimes, if you want, pretend like if you made a filling of some kind, like ricotta cheese and spinach or something, you put your filling in here, and then you can either, I mean, oftentimes they use a fork. Do we have a fork over here? Wow, it's hot in here, and it's not only is it hot, we've got like 15 pots of water boiling, so it's like we're getting a facial. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Estrada. So then if I pretend had, you know, a filling in this, you fold it over itself, and on one half of your pasta you put a small amount of a filling, like ricotta and cheese. You could have a meat filling, a wild mushroom, and then you make ravioli. What? Mind blown. Okay, and then with circles, I wonder if I have a little circle cutter here. You can do little circle ones at home. This one's a little small, but I'll take it. You can do a circle one at home. That's small. And then they go over, you can put a little filling in there. Okay. And then you can kind of make like a shell pasta with a little pocket of filling inside. Kind of like how we folded the gyoza. Okay. And then in terms of long pastas, there's a bunch of ways. Now you'll see that I have an attachment here. Woo! And it goes right on the pasta machine. Honestly, you do not need this attachment. You can use it if you want, but you do not need it. I really don't want to use it actually, but you can attach it. You can see how nice and easy it is to get onto this machine. Just so seamless. You know, you only have to pound it a few times. Okay, so we've got farfalle, we've got ravioli, holy. I got Miss K's specialty, like a little fan. And then if I was using, I would do this on a cutting board, okay? If I wanted to do like a long pasta, I'm gonna trim this end off just so that all the lengths are right. Personally, I'd use all of these pieces of dough to make sure I get enough of my pasta. What I might do is I might fold it over itself like this. Can you guys behind me see?
Yeah.
Can you see? And I might take a knife, and I would take a knife if I was using a cutting board, and I might press it through each one. Please use it, yeah. And then each one, but after each cut, you need to open them up. And then each of these you can hang on a hanger and dry them, and then you've got linguine, right? Or fettuccine, right? Okay, but you have to be careful. Don't put pasta, don't store pasta on top of each other. Or sometimes you see pasta in those little nests, and that's so those little nests that like, it's kind of like you wrap it around itself like that, and then basically it dries out like that. And when you put it in water, it opens up and then goes back into its nice noodle form. Does that make sense? So we're also going to be making your sauce today. So once you get your pasta going on, you guys each are going to make your sauce. It is a very simple sauce. You have most of the ingredients in your kitchen. And then at the end, once you've boiled your pasta, you can toss it in your sauce, put your Parmesan cheese in. Because we're doing this individually without touching any of each other's tools, we will be able to enjoy such a wonderful pasta dish today. I bet you too. Low battery. Are we surprised, Ms. K? Nope.